Namaskar. This is Akhilesh Bhargav. Welcome to Tidbits on Business and Finance with me. Without any exaggeration whatsoever, it is not wrong to say that the MSME sector constitutes the backbone of the Indian economy and that this backbone has been weakening over the past few years. As a reflection of India's risk taking and entrepreneurial youth, and also out of sheer compulsion due to a glaring absence of jobs in India, India today has 63 million MSME units consisting of what are popularly called micro, small, and medium enterprises. They provide direct employment to about 120 million persons and contribute to about 30% of India's GDP and to over 40% of India's total exports. Moreover, if we were to include the informal, unorganized economy into the MSME sector, then they collectively provide gainful employment and livelihood to about 410 million Indians. With more than half of the MSME units in India situated in the rural areas, this sector straddles India's urban as well as the rural economy. The fact is that MSME units are a most vibrant and vital segment of our economy, but sadly, this segment is also the most vulnerable, and thus it is always the first and the hardest hit in case of any social, political, or economic calamity that hits India. For example, the worst sufferer due to the draconian demonetization was indeed the MSME sector. So was it when a half-baked and complicated GST law was hurriedly introduced, and so has been the case with India's ongoing banking crisis, which has affected this sector the most. And now, as it happens, the hardest hit segment of the Indian economy due to the COVID pandemic has been the MSME sector. This sector actually represents the perseverance and faith of India's struggling middle class and has yet been the weakest link in the economic chain. In his recent unscheduled speech on 4th May, announcing another round of additional package of relief measures, the Reserve Bank governor admitted that this sector has borne the biggest brunt of the COVID infection. It is not the case that the government is unaware of the preeminence and importance of this sector or that the government completely ignores it. There is in fact a MSME ministry at the central level headed by a senior minister no less than Shri Nitin Gadkari, and reforms and relief measures are announced by the government from time to time. But despite that, the fortunes of this sector fail to improve and they have continued to dip. It was in May last year that while announcing the overhyped Tom 20 lakh crore fiscal stimulus package, the government, out of 15 measures that were then announced 6 measures for the MSME segment. Those relief and support measures targeted the troubled MSME sector and they included many. The many that we talk about are those 6 measures that were introduced. The first one was that the measures redefined a MSME unit on the basis of a combination of an investment and turnover criteria, such that more and more units are now eligible for the benefits available to this sector, which include bank credit, preference in government purchases, interest subvention, concessional power tariffs, etc. The next relief announced was that the government said that collateral-free loans up to a total of 3 lakh rupees will be given to the MSME units enjoying credit facilities up to 25 crores. Providing collateral security has been the biggest challenge to the MSME sector, and the government said that they will get loans up to 3 lakh crores without any provision of a collateral security. The government will give guarantee for it. The third measure announced was the setup of a fund of funds. A fund of funds of 50,000 crores for equity infusion into viable MSME units with a growth potential was announced last year. Fourth, it said that henceforth, global tenders will not be issued for government procurement up to tenders worth 200 crores, such that foreign competitors are kept out and the business goes to India's homegrown MSME units. The fifth relief measure announced was that government departments will procure 25% of their requirements from MSMEs. And finally, it said that PSUs will clear MSME dues within 45 days. All these 6 measures were clearly in recognition of woes of this sector. These measures that were announced last year were in addition to the general moratorium and restructuring that was announced by the RBI last year, and also in addition to the overall monetary initiatives that did benefit the MSME sector also. Very recently, this month, the Reserve Bank governor announced a slew of relief measures for the shaky MSME sector. And what were they? The first measure that the RBI governor announced was a restructuring scheme. A restructuring scheme for MSME loans up to 25 crores with an additional moratorium of 2 years and a longer repayment period to all those MSME units which are eligible and viable for it. The second measure announced by the RBI governor was provision of funding of 10,000 crores to small finance banks for onward lending to small borrowers. These banks lend up to 10 lakh per borrower, and that meant that all of it will obviously go to small units. They will go to the MSME sector. The third item announced by the RBI governor was provision of funding of 50,000 crores in order to support the COVID impacted sectors. And he said that this included hospitals, pathology laboratories, medical equipment manufacturers, vaccine manufacturers, ventilator manufacturers, and their suppliers, many of which are in the MSME segment. The fact of the matter is that despite the government's focus, attention, priority, policy, and support, the MSME sector continues to languish and it struggles to survive. A recent MSME national trade body said that of the 63 million MSME units in India, 12% have closed down. 10%, it said, are struggling to survive. And it said that 50% of them face severe financial difficulties. The fact is that the sector is rife with closures and unemployment. And this is reflected in the CMI's latest unemployment figures, which say that in the month of May, unemployment rate has gone up to 15%. It has shot up from 6% in March, and in May, it has gone up to 15%. And that's on account of downsizing and closures that we are seeing in the MSME sector also. The relief and support that the government does seek to provide to the sector from time to time certainly does not seem to reach the ground levels, and it does not resolve the woes that this sector faces. And the reasons for this are many. The reasons that we talk about are reasons why these measures are not improving the lot of the MSME sector. The first reason, according to us, is that the MSME sector's challenges and problems run deep, they are chronic, and they have festered over the years. They are not just COVID-driven, which is a very new phenomena. They are because of years of a slowdown, and the government does not seem to recognize that when it declares its various incentives and relief measures. For example, between 2016 to 2021, India has lost 50% of its jobs in the manufacturing sector, and that to us clearly explains that the slowdown in the MSME sector has been on a year-on basis, and it has not been just because of the recent COVID phenomena. While the overall Indian economy was anyway slowing down since 2016, the misfortunes of the MSME units have gathered pace and momentum with the mindless demonetization, the hurried GST, and the continuing bank NPA crisis, all of which began and happened much before COVID came in. The second factor, according to us, is that the overall ecosystem, which is controlled and helmed and supervised by various government departments, to us is insensitive and indifferent to the MSME businesses, which have anyway got a weak voice, a poor reach, and a very poor representation in government departments. This is clearly seen in the heavy-handed, costly compliance and a corrupt system that erodes the cash flow and profitability of the MSME units. The third reason, we say that it is not that the government does not respond at all. The government does respond, but it is a case of too late and too little, according to us, with a huge gap between the promise and the performance, where policies often sound like what we call election slogans, best forgotten. The fourth reason, While the sector presently needs an immediate replenishment of its eroded working capital, the banks remain wary of lending to the MSME units. This is best reflected in the growing demand of banks for higher security and additional margins, which very few borrowers from the MSME sector are able to comply with. The overall system of governance and banking is very obviously tilted towards the biggies, and that is manifested in the rising inequalities in India, which have become very glaring and open in recent times. The fifth factor, the flip-flops and the on and off lockdowns have eroded demand and have disrupted supply chains. And this has hit the operations, turnover, and cash flow of the MSME units. The sixth factor, there are huge delays in receipt of government dues and refunds even now. And all these block the scarce and little working capital that this sector has. Many an MSME unit has downsized and closed down due to these fatal delays in the receipt of dues by the MSME units from the Government of India, whether by way of dues on account of supplies or on account of tax refunds. And finally, the monetary support and the fiscal stimulus measures announced by the government to us are not just meager and minuscule, and thus they are a farce. They are also such that few eligible units manage to truly get them. Additional funding and restructuring of loans may have been announced by the Reserve Bank of India, but very few borrowers truly get them from banks. And this reality has been hidden, it remains hidden in the doctored data, claims, and statistics which are issued by the Government of India. To us, that explains why relief and support does not reach this sector in full measure. Only a mere fraction does. The sector's fortunes have thus gone southwards year after year. We repeat, this situation is not because of COVID. It is because of a consistent slowdown in the past few years. It is a very serious issue affecting a large portion of India's population, affecting the livelihood of a large portion of our population. We need to revive the sector, and we need to come up with measures to revive it in a genuine, durable, and long-standing measure. What should be these measures to revive the MSME sector? We shall certainly take up in yet another episode. This is Akhilesh Bhargav signing off till we meet again. Namaskar.
Hello everyone. HW News English is 2 years old now. When we started this venture, we promised ourselves one thing, that news should remain free, because right to know is the right of every Indian. But to keep news free for everyone, we need support from some of you. And thus we have rolled out membership on our YouTube channel HW News English. But mind you, the membership is completely voluntary. The programs that we were doing earlier, that we are doing now, will continue to remain free. First level is a basic level. Here, you can be our supporter by paying Rs 199 per month. This membership gives you certain perks and benefits. The perks include unique badges in front of your name, a live show from Mr. Sujit Nair and from Mr. Akhilesh Bhargava per month for our members. You can also vote in some exclusive members-only polls. Now the second level is Super Supporter. Here you can be our Super Supporter by paying Rs 3,999 per month. This membership will include every perk that comes with basic level. Additionally, our Super Supporters can be a part of a WhatsApp group where we can have discussions and suggestions on various topics. The second perk includes a gift pack with our merchandise. And the third perk is a Google Meet with Mr. Sujit Nair, where you can join the meet and ask your questions to Mr. Nair face to face. Lastly, if you like, we would give a shout out to our super supporters in our programs. So, hope to see you soon with our badges.